possibly can to get that information, and it's like talking to a wall. I mean, that's happened in particular with financial aid, where I felt like I was asking for public assistance. You know, and they look at you like you're like a social worker does when you go. When I have a DBT card and I got food stamps, and I know how that feels. And that's how I felt going to an institution where I'm trying to get an education, where I'm treated like, what the hell do you want?
You know, I would add on that part of my challenge here is communication. So likewise, just being able to get information timely. Sometimes you invoke questions to certain groups. If you don't have a professor title, I've noticed that you don't even get a response to certain emails. Or so that's one challenge.
And then the third one was the one challenge that I had was trying to prepare for graduate school. Like I'm taking independent study with Dr. Carlo right now, and I had to ask him because all the classes that I've taken, I've only written I've only written 5 pages. It's like a 5-page maximum. In order to write in graduate, you need to write a lot more than 5 pages, or at least know how to do that. Know how to have get the strategy enough to learn how to write that much. And so I had no idea. And so I was like, please teach me, because I know you can teach me how to do this, and I have to learn from you, or I'm not going to learn from anybody else.
Some of these professors and watching their style of teaching, I enjoy education, but specifically the teaching of adults. And some of these teachers are like watching oil-based paint dry. And they are they're very boring, they have no life, no passion, and they're truly absent of the culture that they're teaching. And that is extremely annoying coming from someone who looks like the kids that are sitting here, but has a totally different background. And then on top of that, to have professors talk to you in the tone that you're uneducated.
Of all the black males who were freshmen who I got here with, it was, I think, 15 of us who I hung out with, and only 3 of us are still here. And I'm the only one graduating this year. So in 4 years, 1 of the 15 who I used to hang out with is graduating. You know, so one of the strategies I've used in doing that is, working with youth organizations, or just informally, if I'm hanging out with some of my boys, or if I'm or if I'm talking to somebody, just bringing it into the conversation, bringing it to light. Because I'm a strong believer that an education doesn't come from the classroom. An education comes from dialogue. It comes from thinking. So.
Also did was do the reading, right? It's like even when students complained or were upset or she cut the reading, is that I did the reading. And I work full time, and I have 2 adult kids who, are adults but not really adults. And I had,
nice.
And I'm a community activist. I'm a busy person, but I took the time and found the time to do that reading because I really wanted to learn, right? And the other thing I did was also incorporate what I did learn, I guess, in my real life.
Me and continues to help me strategize not only the challenges that I've faced on campus and the challenges that I'll face in a graduate program, but strategizing in life in general. As non-traditional students, I've learned that I have obligations and responsibilities that traditional students do not have, so prioritizing my time is important, and prioritizing certain classrooms and certain courses.